3 years of my life wasted, a financial disaster to sort out, and I need to vent before I lose it. I met Jake on what was supposed to be a dull day. I was on a train to visit my sister in Chicago when our Amtrak hit something on the tracks. Not a complete derailment, but enough to damage the train's undercarriage and leave us stranded in rural Pennsylvania. They bussed us to a tiny town to wait while they sorted out the mess. 8 hours. That's how long we were stuck in this nowhere town with one diner, one bar, and a small convenience store. The diner was packed, so I ended up at the bar next door with my carry-on, ordering a lackluster sandwich and texting my sister to say I'd be delayed. Jake was a couple of stools away, also with a bag. He cracked a joke about how fate must want us to experience small-town life. I chuckled. He was attractive, tall, with tousled light brown hair and strong hands. I've always had a thing for good hands. I don't know why, but we started chatting. Learned we were both headed to the same area. He was interviewing for a job, said he was done with corporate life and wanted to create something impactful. I mentioned my work in supply chain management. Not exciting, but reliable. After a few hours and a couple of drinks, we swapped numbers. I didn't expect much to come of it, honestly, but he messaged me the next day, and we grabbed coffee when I returned from my sister's. That job interview? He didn't get it. But he had another one coming up, he said. And another after that. Always some big opportunity just out of reach. I wasn't bothered at first. The job market's tough, and he was charismatic. 6 months later, his lease was up. My apartment was larger, closer to the city center. And honestly, I was already covering most of our date nights, since his money was temporarily tight until his next job came through. When he suggested moving in together, it made sense. That's when things started to change. The first month, he paid his share of rent on time. By month 2, he was late. By month 3, he had a long story about a delayed payment from a side gig, promising to cover next month's rent, plus the backlog. I didn't push. I could manage the rent alone. It was tough, but possible, and Jake was home all day, job hunting and working on his resume, so the place was tidy, and dinner was often ready when I got home. I told myself it was temporary. His excuses grew more detailed. A startup he was advising had payment issues. A client was slow to settle an invoice. A project got delayed. Always something out of his control. Always with a fix just around the corner. Meanwhile, my savings were shrinking. I started picking up extra shifts, took on weekend warehouse work. Jake would massage my shoulders when I came home drained, tell me how incredible I was.
I can't tell you what happened next in the short video. The full story and channel link below.